The following video is meant for adult audiences. It is not meant for children. It is meant for adult fans of toys as well as vintage memorabilia. Hey y'all! Welcome back to part 2 of my Mycene doll haul and restoration video. As you can see, I kind of sorted through the dolls, starting here with the dolls that require the least attention, because with the boys I just need to clean them and they're ready to go. Now with the boys, the shoes are very loose, so I'm not sure if this is the case with all of the Mycene boys and their shoes, or if these shoes don't belong to them. So we have to look through some can shoes and give them a new pair. Then we have the girls with straight textured hair. They'll just need a good boy wash and some conditioner and a detangling brush, and they're good to go as well. Next up we have the girls with curly textured hair. Now I saw a tutorial of A Thousand Splendid Dolls, and she actually restored a medicine doll, and she explains in that video that saran hair will keep its curls even if you use hot water. So I'm going to be trying to detangle the hair and take care of the fact that it's quite matted with a lot of conditioner, a lot of love, and a detangling brush. Then we have the two toughest cases here. They will need the most attention, especially this one, because I undressed her and I saw that her knee was broken and the vinyl was ripped. So we need to be taking care of that as well. So first up, we're going to be washing the dolls and taking care of the hair. What I'll be using to clean up the dolls is OxiClean as well as dishwashing detergent. Now, good thing with the dolls is the fact that they don't smell odd. So while my cleaning process is thorough, I don't need to be overdoing it. So I'm going to be taking off all the clothing items and accessories, and I'm also going to be dunking them into the water and OxiClean solution to clean them. Now excuse my Saturn looking like something straight out of a Saw movie. I wrapped his head in cling wrap and used some scotch tape so that no liquid is going to be touching the head. But I'm also going to be able to fully clean his body without having any fear of the flocking getting destroyed. Now I'm done cleaning the boys. I'm going to take the opportunity to throw every other piece of clothing and every other accessory and clothing item that the girls were wearing into the water and cleaning them. You can already see the amount of dirt and grime these dolls' clothing as well as the boys had by seeing the color of the water. I'm now going to be putting the clothing items on a radiator, and I'll move on and take care of the girls with straight hair. Taking a closer look at her, you can see that she's balding on top. I'm going to be taking out her braids, and then I'm going to be washing her alongside the others. And I believe combing over the hair is going to be hiding those bald spots. Now the girls are all cleaned up, it's time to take care of the hard part of their hair. I'm going to be soaking the hair in as much conditioner as possible, taking a fine-tooth comb, starting with the ends. I'm going to be combing all the knots out, and the hair is going to end up looking as good as new. Now I'm looking for this medicine's parting line to separate the hair pieces. She seems to have a side part, and now I'm going to be combing along the side part. Divide the hair into different sections and go through each section one by one. Take as much time as possible. Do it as thorough as you can. Don't forget to hold the hair strands in place so you won't pull out any plugs. The shedding wasn't as bad as I expected. After having brushed through 4 dolls, this is all that's shedded. Like I said, if you follow the steps that I explained to you, you're not going to have trouble pulling out the hair plugs. To finish it off, I'm going to be dunking the hair into boiling water. So the girls are now ready. Again, I tried to hide the baldness by using her side part. So now let the boil wash commence. So I've brushed through their hair one more time, put some product in their ends, and now I'm going to let them rest and dry while I'm taking care of the rest of the dolls. So with these medicines, I again sorted them, starting with the one that I think is going to be making the least problems for me and gradually getting tougher as we move forward. While the steps are kind of similar, you have to be using a wide tooth comb this time around. I'm also going to be picking the strands apart as finely as possible. I'm going to be combing through the hair as softly as possible. These two, since their rooting has been plucked apart, I might just leave them as is, and again, I'm just going to be gently brushing in the conditioner with my fingers to tame the frizz, and at the end I'll be styling the hair in a way that's going to be hiding all of the bald spots. Now you might be seeing this fluffy textured hair, but that's actually what you want to do. That's actually what you want to end up with, because the heat of the boiling water is going to relax the fibers and give each strand back its definition. This means we're now finished cleaning the dolls and restoring the hair, so let's move on to the final end result. So let's start off with the boys. Like you can see, I did not change much about them. I just cleaned them up and put them back into their original outfits. It's just Bryant here, whose shoes are switched, and I put him in a pair of Ken shoes from the current day Ken fashion packs, because the combat boots he came with were very loose on him and they wouldn't stay put. Now with the flocking of these two, I just took a lint roller like this and went over their heads with it to clean them up. All in all, I do not have an arsenal of clothing for male presenting dolls. That's why I put them back into their original outfits. Bryant originally had much longer curls, but it seems like the child that played with him cut them short. So there were a few spots where you could see his scalp. So I tried to comb over all of the curls to make it appear uniform. Now let's take a look at the first set of girls that I cleaned up and took care of their hair. This one here is Masquerade Madness Barbie. She was the one with the braided hair and whose head was pretty bald on top. For me personally, it was most important to have the dolls be in a state that's display worthy. So even if they're not picture perfect, I'm still happy with the way they ended up looking now. As an adult collector, for me, it's most important to have them look as good as possible. They don't need to be in a state where I'm going to be heavily playing with them again. They just need to look neat on the shelf. Now let's move on to our Hollywood Bling Kennedy. I did encounter a bit of trouble taming her hair, because the hairstyle that she had originally was this updo, so a lot of her hair strands were kind of permanently stuck in this updo position. That's why I had to straighten it as good as possible, and which is why I'm using these two hair clips to keep the tendrils as well as the hair in place. I also improvised a ring for her and made it out of a real earring. My goal was to give the girls looks that are as authentic as possible for the bling era of my scene, because most times they were wearing these short dresses with lots of glam and glitter. Now let's take a look at our Club Disco Madison. There's not much to say about her other than I'd redressed her in this Steffi Love outfit and gave her a pair of shoes from a Steffi Love fashion pack. This is also some random Barbie headpiece that I had in my stash of accessories, as well as these earrings. And because I wanted to have the colors be matchy, I just put them on her. And I think she ended up looking very pretty. Now this is our Club Birthday Madison with beautiful, soft, shiny Kanekalon hair. I really love how pretty she turned out, and I also really love this look on her. This dress is a Steffi Love dress. This top is from the Color Reveal Advent Calendar. I think this jewelry pieces as well. These earrings are Steffi Love earrings. And these boots were also part of a Steffi Love outfit. So yeah, these were the first 4 of the girls that I restored. Now let's move on to the next dolls. So next up we have these 3 Madison dolls. Let's start with this one. She's a Night on the Town Madison doll. The child that played with her cut her hair short, but in a twist of fate with a slicked back, wet look. This dress suits her perfectly. I always wanted to try out this dress. This is a dress that came out with the Barbie Color Reveal Advent Calendar of last year. But whenever I put the dress on a doll, it just didn't fit right. Because with dolls with long hair, the structured shoulders don't pop as much. You need a shorter do to make it look the way it should. It also makes Madison look a bit more mature and a bit more grown up. It fits very elegantly. It looks very classy on her and very chic. And the silver sparkly dress looks gorgeous on a skin tone. Then we have this Madison doll. She's a first edition Madison, and she was the one whose head was completely bald, and she had lots and lots of plugs pulled out from her scalp. She was in a disheveled state, and her knee was also ripped. I glued her knee shut with some super glue, but you can see it. Therefore, she needs to be wearing pants. I had this beanie from a Roxy fashion pack, and I knew that I wanted to use this on her, and as fate would have it, I also had this Steffi Love top with the same color scheme. That's why I gave her this sporty yet chic glam look with these random pair of 90s Barbie shoes. And I had these elastic bands lying around with a similar pastel color scheme, so I just put them on her as 2 bracelets. I just love the way the curls frame her face and fall down along her body. To truly restore her, you would need to reroute her completely. I'm a bit OCD when it comes to putting stuff on a doll that's not part of the original materials used on the doll, so I tried my best to use every trick up my sleeve in order to restyle a doll to look as display worthy and perfect as possible without having the need to be completely making her over. Some might have seen her and thought that she'd be not rescue worthy, but to preserve the legacy of my scene dolls, I just had to do this. Now let's take a look at this unforgettable Madison doll. Similar story with this one. She also had tons of her hair plugs plucked out, so I knew that I wanted to do this hairdo on her, but I did not expect it to come out this wonderfully, because if you take a look, there's absolutely no baldness that you can see. I just took all of the curls and an elastic band, put them in a ponytail, then I wrapped the ponytail around my finger and pushed it forward, and this bit here, again I wrapped another elastic around it to keep it in its place. Then I took this red ribbon, wrapped it around it like a headband. I tied a knot in the back and pushed it forward so that it would also push the curls forward. Again, as fate would have it, this was one of the dolls that did not have her ears pierced, so I was able to pierce her ears and use actual hoop earrings to complement the hairstyle, and I did not need to use plastic doll earrings. I love this look because it's very chic and casual, and it also celebrates Madison's ethnic heritage because I feel like it's very Black excellence. There used to be a lot of discussion about Madison supposedly being whitewashed, so I wanted to emphasize the fact that no, she's a wonderful, beautiful, proud Black doll. And now we have our last set of girls. This rebel style Madison, there's not much to say about her. I put her in the outfit that she came with because it's the outfit that belongs to her. The only thing I did was add this pair of shoes, and because of the color of the shoes, I went and switched out her earrings because she actually came with these earrings for this pair to match the color of the shoes. Now this is the other Night on the Town Madison doll. She was the one whose hair was completely matted. After taking care of it, it now looks like this, which is more akin to the way that it looked when she came out of the factory. The only thing I did was take a strand of hair and tie it back with this hair clip because there was one hair plug missing here, so you could see that in her hairline, and I put her in this outfit. It's a Steffi Love outfit with a pair of boots that came with the color reveal advent calendar. Now the one who I was sadly not really able to rescue her hair was this My Bling Bling Madison, because I personally was hesitant to do so because she's a beautiful doll and My Bling Bling Madisons are very sought after, so I knew that the only way to rescue her hair properly would be to flat iron it, and as I'm not skilled enough to do that, I just tied it back in this way, which is still very similar to the way that she came with in the box. So if you took a My Bling Bling Madison out of the box, she'd probably have box hair like this. And I pieced together an outfit that kind of resembles the outfit that she also wears. This skirt was the skirt that she wore when I bought her, and it's actually a My Bling Bling Kennedy skirt. The jewels on the belt of the skirt had this color, and I had this matching top from Steffi Love that I thought would look good on her. This fur jacket is from a Snapstar doll, and these boots are from a My Style doll. So now I'm more or less finished with this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Please let me know which one of the makeovers is your absolute favorite. I assembled all of the girls that I love the most, and you can see the many faces of Madison. She's just a fashion chameleon. Everything I put on her, everything I throw at her, she works it. Every hairstyle she has, every type of outfit she does, it just compliments her. Shout out to Kennedy as well. I think her makeover also turned out pretty beautifully. Now this video was more or less a passion project of mine because now that we have the 20th anniversary of my scene, very much into my scene dolls, but my scene also has become very expensive on the second-hand market. So to have been able to snag up so many my scene dolls for a very good price due to the fact that they were in a bit of a disheveled state, and then sprucing them up, restoring them a little, and therefore also preserving their legacy was amazing. And I couldn't have imagined to have gotten this amount of my scene dolls for a similar price had they been in a better state. Therefore these are going to be a bit of a crown jewel of my collection when I'm about to display them. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, leave a dislike if you did not enjoy this video. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. I post content related to fashion dolls every week, and I might catch you in the next video. So bye for now.